So guys, any doubts regarding this IT command and ps and ps a? So let's recall one more time, guys. So first what we need to do is, first we need to download image. Okay, from that image you can start creating any number of containers, guys. Okay, in order to create a container you need to use the command docker run. Okay, and in order to interact with your terminal there is a two options. One is -it, another one is a dt. So it stands for interactive terminal and dt stands for detached terminal. Okay, so the difference between these two is interactive terminal in the sense, as soon as you hit the enter you will be logging into the container. Okay, so if you are using the detached command, so the container will be running in a backend. Okay, so let's do the same. So let us check what are the images available now. Okay, you can see there is only one image which is available, that is a CentOS. So I want to create a container from this CentOS image. So how to create a container? So docker run. Okay, so let's create it by a interactive terminal. Okay, that is using -it. If you are using -it, it will be logging into a container automatically. Okay, then what is the image? CentOS is the image, and with the bash terminal in order to coordinate with our what do you call it, the newly created machine. Okay, enter. Right, now you can see we have successfully logged into the container, guys. Okay, and just a second, let me take one more terminal. So what is the command, guys, to check the running containers? Docker ps. Okay, it will show only running containers. See, guys, it has created, this is a container id and some random name, that is a hardcore something is there. Okay, and it is created 30 seconds ago and up from 37 seconds ago. Okay, so this is about the it command. Okay, so let's create using dt command. Okay, the same command I am using. Okay, instead of it I will use dt now. So as soon as I hit the enter guys, okay, the container it is creating. Okay, but it will be running in a backend. Okay, enter. Okay, as you can see some binary numbers, so this is some unique id for that container. Okay, so let us check in the backend in another terminal. You can check now using docker ps. Right, you can see the container has been created and it is saying some name agitated shop something. Okay, and it is created 12 seconds ago and up from 11 seconds ago. Okay, so now the query now the issue comes, guys, here. Okay, how to log in into the container now, okay, which is running in a backend. Right, how to log in. So these are all the commands in the interview they will ask, guys. Okay, please be thorough with these commands. Okay, so how to log in into the container which is running in a backend. So this is an interview question they may ask. Okay, you can use exec command. Okay, sorry, you can use exec command to log in into the container which is running in a backend. Okay, so how to check in? So in the command is docker exec hyphen it, that is in an interactive terminal. Okay, and you need to provide the container id or container name. Okay, you can provide this container id or you can provide the container name. Okay, in order to log into the container which is running in a backend. Okay, I'm just taking this container id, copy it, and sorry, paste it here, and with the bash terminal. Okay, so let's connect, copy this command and execute here. So as soon as you enter you will be logging into the container now. See, guys, now, right? Got it, guys? Any doubts regarding this Docker IT, DT, and execute command?
So can you please explain the difference between these two one more time?
I said, okay.
Yeah.
So IT, when you are using the IT command in your command, sorry, IT in a command, as soon as you hit the enter, you will be logging into the container directly. Okay. If you are using the DT command, it will be the container will be created, but it will be running in a backend. Okay. In order to log in into the container, okay, which is running in a backend. Okay, you need to use Docker exec. Okay, again we need to use IT command in order to interact with the interactive terminal and provide the container ID or container name which is running in a backend and with the bash terminal.
Yes,
Sir,
yes, I got it.
Yeah,
when we
Manjunath.
use this, when we use this in real time, why is this option detached and interactive? In what type of
See,
scenario we use
see, if you want to run the container which is in the backend, at that time you can directly use the command DT. Okay, the container will be running in the backend. If you want to interact, then you can use -DT, sorry, -IT. If you want to work on the container,
usually?
okay.
Okay, usually we'll be using
Yeah.
IT, right? Most of the time.
No, usually we'll be using the DT only because we want to
DT.
running in the
Okay.
backend only. Okay,
Uh,
we don't want it in interact. If you want to work on something, then we will use IT.
okay.
Sir, one more query. So correct me if I'm wrong. So say for example, I have one container which is running in the backend, and I wanted to do some updates with this container. So I'm using this Docker exec -IT and the
One second.
command num with the
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Your voice got break. Which is running in the backend. Then later on.
So I have one container which is running in the backend. Okay. So I wanted to interact with that particular container. So I'm using this command docker exec -IT and the command ID and the bash command in the terminal of bash. So I have done some updates in the container. Again, I wanted to run that in a backend instead of running that in a front end, showing that in a terminal. So could I make it that?
When you post exit, right, the container will be running in a backend only. You no need to do anything extra. Okay, right now you can see, right, which is container which is running in a backend now. This is the one. Okay, so right now I have logged in here, so just I will exit from this. Okay, even though I exit here, the container which is still in a backend. See here.
Okay, sir. How can I identify this is in a running mode?
See, that is what I told you, Raja. First, Docker PS will show only running containers.
Okay, sir, got it. Yeah.
Okay, so Docker
Yeah.
PS -A. Okay, now you can see I have executed. So this hardcore is deleted, right? So, but it is one second. So this hardcore something is there, right? So this is not running right now. Okay, let me see first.
Okay.
So Docker PS, you can see only running container is there. Okay, now when you use -A for this one, okay,
Mhm. Hello. Hello.
No,
Hello.
I think sir's voice is not audible to me.
I think he's on mute. Sir, I think you're
yes,
on mute.
sorry. Yes. I got a call from office. Okay, so
Okay.
Yeah. So when we execute the docker ps -a, you can see all the containers. Okay, some of them in a running and some of them in a exited status. See here,
Yes, yes,
right?
I got it.
So
Yes,
that is the difference. Docker ps -a and docker ps. Okay, is it clear now?
yes, sir, it is clear. Sir, if we want to stop the container which is running in the backend, then which command we can use?
I will come to know. I will come in the next session. You will come to know, Raja. Okay.
Yeah, okay, 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 sir.
So one by one, I will come. Okay. Don't go in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fast. Okay. One by one. Sorry. Okay. So now, guys, as we can see, right? So whenever we create some container. So let me see Docker ps -a. Okay. So whenever we create some containers, guys, it is creating some random numbers. Okay. Sorry, it's a random name here. Okay, it is very I mean, it is not easy to identify what container or what it is, right? In order to provide the name, guys, okay, what we can do is the same command. So docker run, okay, let's use -dt command. Okay, what is the image? CentOS is the image and the bash terminal. So this is our command, right, in order to create the container. So for the same command, what we will do, we will pass an extra parameter, that is hyphen name. Okay, what we will give, we will give this container name as a my CentOS. Okay, so I'm just passing an additional parameter, hyphen name, my CentOS. The container name will be my CentOS now. Okay, or else you can let me change it to Devops. Okay, enter. So since I have created using the dt command, the container will be running in a backend. So how to identify? Docker ps, right? You can see the container has been created up from 7 seconds ago, and the name you can see DevOps, right? In order to provide a name for your container, you need to use an additional parameter, that is a hyphen name, guys.
Can we it allows to rename?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let us try docker rename DevOps to, let's use my CentOS. Okay, so I think I have not shared this note. After this class I will share this. Okay, okay. Then what else? One second, guys, I forgot. Okay, okay. Let's use this one. Let's create one more container, guys. Okay, so docker run -it CentOS bash. Okay, this is one simple command. Okay, so what it is going to do, what is going to do is, it is just going to create a one container, okay, using CentOS image, okay, with the bash. Okay, since I am using the it command, I will be logging into the container directly. Okay, enter. See, yes, So once I log in here, okay, as you can see, this is using the some, this is not some, okay, so this is a container ID actually it is, okay. If you want to change this name, okay, so how to do that? Okay, so what you can do is the same command, you can use the additional parameter, sorry, okay. So hyphen hyphen post name, okay. What we will give, let's we give the name as Devops, okay, enter. See guys now, so it has been changed the name to Devops instead of container ID, okay. Okay, so yeah, there is one more question guys, okay. What we can do is we need to create a one container guys. Post you exit from the container should get delete automatically. It should also not available in a -a command guys, okay. So we need to create a container in such a way that when we exit from that container, the container should get delete automatically, okay. So let's do that. So we'll use the same command. Okay, so let's use in interactive terminology the CentOS image, and we'll use the name for this one. Let's say we'll name called it as Apple. Okay, so the name I'm using is Apple here. Enter. Okay, you can see right now I'm in a container. Sorry, it is okay. So hyphen hyphen rm. Okay, you need to use a rm command, guys. Okay, in order to delete the container, post you exit from the container. Okay, so I'm just entering here, sorry. Okay, it is Apple, it is already available, it is, let's use ball. Okay, you can see right now I'm in a container guys. Okay, so let's use a one more terminal, and here we will check. So what is the command guys to check the running containers? Docker ps, right? And you can see, right, the container ball it is running right now. Okay, so what I will do, I will just exit from this container. Okay, so once I use exit from this container, the container is going to be deleted automatically guys. Okay, so just enter exit. Okay, I have just exited here from the container. Let us check here. So let us check with the docker ps. You can see ball it is not available because the container has been stopped, hence. Okay, hyphen a, you can see guys here. Let me clear my screen. So docker ps, sorry, hyphen a. See guys, there is no containers by name ball. Okay, you can see, right, there is no container by name ball. First it is Apple, having chocolate, practical something, my center is educated, hardcore and youthful. Okay, the container ball has been terminated completely guys. Okay, so that is also interview question guys, they may ask the same way. Okay, so how to create a container post exiting the container should get deleted automatically. Okay, you can use the command hyphen hyphen rm, okay, in a command. So when we need to use in the sense when we are doing any testing task, okay, at that time it will be very helpful. Okay, just for a trial and error method, if you want to use, then it will be very helpful, because unnecessarily we don't want to store any of the containers. Okay,
So this is applicable for DT containers also, not only IT.
any
Yes,
any
okay.
okay. Okay, then What else? Okay, let's create a what do you call this? MySQL database. Okay, so the example I told you, right? So let's do that one. Okay, in order to create a database machine, guys, database container. So what we will do first, we will go to the hub.docker.com. Okay, so let's search for MySQL. And one more thing, guys, here. Okay, so when we are searching for the image, right? So this is of 1 second. Yeah, here you can see, right, mysql slash mysql hyphen server. Okay, in order to identify which is the official image. Okay, so the official image will be having the only name, guys. Okay, like whatever the name, the slash will not be available. So wherever you find the slash, so that indicates the it is the custom one, not the official one. Okay, as you can see, this is mysql, right? There is no slash here. Okay, so whereas the other images you can see here, yeah, this is the one. You can see, right, mysql slash mysql hyphen server, and here also down. So whenever you find the slash, right, so that indicates us this is the customized mysql image. Okay, so always visit the official image, guys. Okay, not the custom one. So let's go here. So let me take this mysql. Okay, so this is the command in order to download the image. Okay, so how to use this one? So just come down here, we'll be having all the information regarding this. Okay, how to use this image, start the mysql server instance. Okay, so all information which will be available here. Okay, so let's use this one. This is the command. Okay, so let's alter this. Sorry. Okay, so docker run, okay, hyphen name, it is using some mysql, we will use only mysql. Okay, hyphen e, some root password, it is asking for the root password, so let us use the password as the password only. Okay, and it is running in the detached mode. Okay, so the tagging is not required, just okay, copy this command. Okay, let's run, and you can see, before that you can see docker images. Okay, there is only one image which is CentOS right now. Okay, I'm not going to download the image, guys. I'm just going to run directly. Even though my image is not available, it will first downloads the image. Okay, so enter. What it is saying, it is saying somewhere run a command in a new container. So what was there here previously? So tagging is okay. Any other example is there? Okay, let me use that. SQL colon tag. Something I'm missing is here. Let me copy it from here only. Where it is the command? Yeah, here it is. One second, guys. Something is wrong here. The following command start with MySQL. Let's analyze that command, guys. Docker run --name some MySQL. Okay. So we'll remove this one, some MySQL to MySQL, and environment it is saying as a password -d. Let's use our dt and MySQL the bash. Okay. Now it is downloading this. Okay, even though I have not provided the command is docker pull mysql, okay, right, but still this image will be downloaded here. Okay, you can see, so docker images, right, you can see mysql has been downloaded. Okay, and my container also running here, you can see docker ps -a, you can see mysql, right, the container which is running now. So how to log in into the container, guys, which is running in a backend? So docker exec -it in the interactive terminal. Okay, and then what is that? Yeah, the name mysql. Okay, with the bash terminal. See, guys, we have successfully logged in into container. Okay, so how to log in into the database now? Okay, so one second, guys, I forgot the command. Let us see. How to connect to my SQL in Linux. Okay, SQL -u user -p. Okay, my SQL -u root -p. What is the password? We have provided password as password only. What is saying? Cannot connect to local MySQL server through this sockets. Sorry, through this socket. I think we have not provided the username list, right? The name we have provided. Something I'm missing here. One second, guys. Let's check. Mhm. Okay, we'll check this one later, guys. Okay, we'll not. So I mean, we'll not waste time. Okay, I'll check that part. Okay. So now guys, we are now able to create the containers, right? So what will happen to our data here? Right now, we are not assigning any of the volumes to our data. Okay. Let's say if we stop or terminate our what do you call the containers, what will happen to our data? Unless until you store that data, okay. If you delete the container, the data is also going to be vanished. Okay. In order to do that one, volumes comes into the picture, guys. Okay, so how to check the volumes here? So the command is docker volume ls. Okay, so it has created some. I have not created this volume, right? So from where it came? Okay, no issues. Okay, so in order to check the volumes, guys, the command is docker volume ls. Okay, it will show all the volumes here. Okay, in order to store some of the data to your container, you can use this volumes, guys. But how to create this volumes here, right? In order to do that one, guys, okay, we will use the same command. We will create a container. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so the same command, docker what is that? Okay, run -it CentOS bash. Okay, so this is the normal command, right? In order to create a container. Okay, so for the same command, what we will do, we are going to configure a volume. Okay, so how to configure a volume here? Okay, just use the extra parameter here, -v. So -v stands for a volume, guys, here. Okay, so let it run in a backend. I want to use the same terminal. Okay, so it is going to create a container as well as it is going to create a one volume for this one. Okay, so enter. Okay, so it has created. So check the volume now. So previously it was having only one volume. Let us see guys, now it has created a one more volume. Okay, but how to identify this one, guys? Right now you can see some binary numbers is there. Okay, if there is a one volume, then there is no issues. Okay, if we start creating the volumes like this, okay, it will be start creating the some binary numbers. Okay, but it is not easy to identify here, right? Okay, in order to overcome this issue, guys, the named volumes comes into the picture. Okay, so in order to do that, what we can do is we can name the volumes here. Okay, okay, -v. What we will do, we will give the name for this container, guys. Okay, so what we'll give the name here, let's say we'll give the volume as a my volume. Okay, enter. Sorry, one second, just one syntax problem here. Okay, so the name of the volume will be my volume colon. Okay, sorry, colon slash what we will give, what the name will give here now, just we call it as a my data. Okay, so what this my data in the sense, guys? Okay, so once we log in it, once the container is going to be created, okay, we are going to configure one volume. The name of this volume is called as a my volume, and whatever the data is going to be stored under slash my data. Okay, so that all the data will be available in a my volume, guys. Okay, so that is what the concept here. So enter. Why it is creating like this? One second, guys. Correct only. So docker run -it -v my volume colon slash ubuntu hash. Correct only. Strong. So docker. So let us check here. Docker volume ls. Okay, it has created, guys. Sorry, my volume has been created here. Okay, so previously it was creating some of the binary numbered volumes here. Okay, and right now it has been created the my volume. Okay, so this is what the name which I have provided here. Okay, so and also I have provided a slash my data. So what it indicates is, so the container has been created here, correct? So under that container, okay, you will find a slash my data here. Okay, under that whatever the data you keep, guys, right? So that data is going to be stored. Okay, so let's use the same same command. We will pass a name for my container in order to identify. Okay, we'll call this name, and let's use the container name called as a del. Okay, enter. So let us check docker volume ls, right? My volume is available. Okay, and one more thing, guys, in a docker the same volume can be assigned to the multiple containers. Okay, the volumes can be shared here. Okay, so first check the docker ps, because I want to check the container has been created or no. You can see the data, sorry, del container has been created. So now what I will do, I will log in into that container. Okay, so how to log in? So docker exec, that is the command to log in into the container which is running in a backend. Okay, -it. So what is my container name? My container name is a del, and what is the with the bash prompt. Okay, see, I have logged in into the container and I have created a one directory called as a slash my data, right? So check ls-ltr. Yeah, here you can see, right, my data. Correct. So now what we will do, we will go into this directory my data. Okay, right now there is no files is available here. Let's create a one folder here, vi devops. Under that we'll call just writing something. Okay, welcome to docker, sorry, volumes. Okay, I just created a one container in a slash my data, guys. Okay, and the name file name called as a devops here. Okay, now what I will do, I'll just exit from this container. Let me clear my screen and we'll delete that container. Okay, so docker ps, you can see the container which is still in a running because it is running in a backend. So what I will do, I'll just stop this one. Okay, how to stop? So docker container stop. Okay, Docker container stop, then provide the container name. Okay, so it has been stopped now. You can see by executing docker ps. Okay, we can see there is no container by name Dell here now. Okay, so where it will be available, it is available in the exited status. So where it is, yeah, here it is. Correct. So what I will do, I will delete this container permanently. Okay, so how to delete the container permanently then? Okay, so docker container rm, okay, and provide the container name. Okay, enter. Okay, it has been successfully deleted, guys. Okay, you can see docker ps-a. You can see there is no container by name Dell here now. Correct. So I have deleted the container, but under the container I was having a one location called as a slash my data. Under that I have created a one file called as a Devops, right? Okay, now what will happen to that data, guys? Because we have terminated the container now. Okay, it is totally deleted. Okay, let us check that whether the data is available or not. Okay, how to identify? First find the volume. Okay, so docker volume, sorry, ls. Okay, you can see your volume is available, guys. Okay, so how to check here? This volume is stored where? Correct. In order to identify that, guys, okay, there is a one command called as a docker inspect. It is an important command, guys. Okay, using the inspect command you can inspect anything like a volume, container, everything. Okay, so let's use docker inspect. Okay, and provide the volume. You can see, so docker inspect, I have provided the volume name, so where it is pointed, so under this location, right? So that it which is located under this location, guys. Let's go into the directory. So location ls-ltr. Okay, so check here. Okay, it is saying permission denied, use sudo. You can see DevOps, right? Let's see the content also there, slash yes. Okay, and change this ls-ltr to cat. Okay, so yes, welcome to docker volumes. Even though my container has been terminated, guys, but still your data is available, guys. It is safe, right? Any doubts, guys, in this one?
We are storing in data, right? It is like a history, or it is necessary data that we can reuse next time?
Whatever the data you want to store, okay, you can keep it in a slash my data. Not only the slash my data, you can provide any location. Just an example, I took slash my data.
Yes, sir. My question is that whether that is a history or it's a real data.
That is what I'm saying. It is not a history, it is a original data. It is not a history. Okay, yes, guys, any other doubts? Okay, so now, guys, you can see, so when I provided the command called as a -v, okay, by default it is taking this location. Okay, but if you want to customize your location, right, but this is not a correct way then. Okay, then what we need to do, let us create us some directory. Okay, so we'll create here what we will do, let's create my volume. I'm just creating one directory, guys. My volume 1 to 3 I will call. Okay, enter. So go into this directory. So take this location. Okay, so whatever the data is available, right, I want to store under this location only. Okay, not in the default location. Correct. So in so that is so the previously with the one I showed guys, right? So that is called as a named volumes. Okay, so now I am doing the customized location, okay, for the Docker volumes here. And this is called, one second, before that I want to show you something where this command went. Yeah, here. Okay, so previously I have just used the name here, my volume, right? Now I am providing this customized location guys, okay, because it will take a default location. Sorry. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to create a customized location of volume guys. Okay, so when I do this one guys, okay, and let us change this container name as well. Let us change it to HDFC. Okay, HDFC. Okay, I'm just creating a one more container guys by name HDFC with my custom volume location. Okay, and again the slash my data, you can ignore that, or else you can provide any other location also, there is no issues. Okay, just enter. Okay, it has been created guys, right? Okay, so when I check the volume now, you can see there is no volume it is showing right now. Correct. Even though I have created the some custom location of my volume, I have executed the volume ls, it is not showing any volume here, right? So how to identify then? Okay, in order to identify such locations guys, I told you right, the inspect command. Okay, we can use that one. First what we will do, we will first get the container which is using, okay, that is a HDFC. Okay, let's use the inspect command guys. So docker inspect inspect, what is that? HDFC. Okay, this showing a number of information. Let's use pipe and more. Okay, so this is the container ID guys, and it is in a running status, and this is the image, and this is a host path, but I am not interested in this one. I want to check the volume here. Okay, where is the volume? Yeah, here you can see, right, mounts. Under mounts you can see where is the source. So this is the source guys, right? So this is what the location which I have mentioned there. Correct. So this is the interview question guys. Okay, when we are using, so this type of custom if you have provided the customized location of the volume guys, right? Okay, so those such type of volumes is called as a bind mounts. You can see, right, bind mounts here, the type is bind mounts. Okay, and if you are using the bind mounts guys, when you execute the docker volume ls, it will not be visible. Okay, what you need to do is you need to inspect the container, so there you can able to identify where exactly it is going to be stored. Okay, so now what I will do, let's log in into the container. Okay, sorry, my container which is running, right, HDFC. So docker run exec hyphen it. What is that? HDFC, right? HDFC bash. Okay, enter. Sorry. HDFC. Correct only. What is that? Docker PS. HDFC. Correct only. So docker exec hyphen it HDFC with the bash. Okay, and check ls hyphen ltr. You can see my data, right? So go into that slash my data. Okay, so let us create a one small file, touch Devops. Okay, so touch is a keyword. Using that, it will create a 0 bytes file, guys. Okay, enter. Okay, just exit from the container. Let me clear my screen. And where is my volume? I have created here, right? My volume underscore 123. Let's go into that and check whether it is available or not. Right, your file is available here. Right, guys? Any doubts in the volume section? So basically, guys, there is a two types of volumes. Okay, one is called as the named volume, another one is called as the bind amounts. Okay, if you're using the named volumes, okay, it will go to the default location. The default location in the var lib something was there. Okay, so that is the default location. If you want to customize that location of the what you call volume, then you need to use the bind amounts. Okay, that is the one difference. Second one, okay, if you are using the named volumes, guys, when you execute the docker volume ls, it will show the volume which is available. Okay, if you are using the bind amounts, guys, in that case, if you are using the docker volume ls, it will be not be visible. In order to identify the location, okay, where the data is going to be stored, you need to use the command docker inspect, guys. So docker inspect is the very important command, guys. Using that, you can inspect each and everything, either volume or container or whatever it is. Okay, clear, guys? Any doubts? Please practice. I will share these notes after this session.
So one question here.
Yeah.
So if you're creating on a customized location with the container, so the location that particular source will be the type is a bind and the name is mount, right? That bind mount it is stored over there. So if you are containing, I mean, if you are using a default location, is there any other specific name? We know that we can find that using that volume ls command, but I'm just to know, I'm asking the name. Is there anything specific for that? What
He
is
can
the type
provide.
for that?
He can provide any name. There is no issues.
No, sir. It's a
You're asking.
type.
Type is called as a named volume.
Okay. So that was okay.
Yeah, named volume and bind mounts. Two types of
Okay.
volumes here.
Okay.
Okay. Manjunath, can you able to hear me? No audio mentioned. Sorry.
Yes, Tushar.
Okay, on that time I received a call. Okay, I was in a mute. Sorry. Now I saw the chat box. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, guys. Any doubts? Okay, guys. Then after this session, I will share the notes, guys. Okay, please practice. Okay. And all the commands are very important, guys. Okay, unless until you practice, it is very difficult to remind it. Okay, remind the commands, guys. Okay, so please practice. And most of the organization, they're looking for a Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and Git, guys. Okay, so please be thorough with these tools. Okay.
Yes, Tushar. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Then bye. Good night, guys. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye. Good night.